once you have the white piece of scrim or backing material sewn with a running stitch onto that flap and not all the way through, the next step is to turn this inside out. And of course, there are many ways to do this, but the way that I was shown and the way I've been doing it is I grab one end and I kind of hoof it open a little bit, kind of the how to turn a sock inside out or put it on a baby, something like that. And stick my finger as the operative principle to turn it inside out, and then just start bringing the cloth up around my finger like that. And already I've got my finger almost all the way in. And you can continue with your finger as long as is useful or works. And then I take a chopstick and take the blunt end so that I don't poke it through, and find that the chopstick then works as an extended finger where I continue to pull the material sockwise up until I come to that middle section that I left unsewn. And you, okay, I'm going to turn this inside out here. Continue to turn it inside out, not worrying about mussing up the scrim, whatever it is, not worrying about it being flat at this point. It'll flatten out on the inside. And then here's the hole that we left between the red in the middle. And it comes up through there. There it is, starting to appear. Now I'm pulling the chopstick out.
I get it.
Get it. Now there's one more important step after this. So I'll continue to get it completely inside out. There it is. That's that half. Now, the other important step, and we of course would do that on the other side too. This is the one that hasn't been done yet. We would do it on both sides. But once we do that, almost always one side will show the seam and the other side will not. And we want to choose and of course the corners are the tricky thing. I should have left, this is where I'll put the chopstick in with the pointed end and get our corners nice and square. That'll be the strap corners. So they become nice and square, and I've pointed it in with my chopstick to get them out nice and square. And as I was saying before, one side will have the seam showing and the other side tends to be clean and not. So the one that's clean and not will be the side that we will have showing on the strap, and the other side will be the back side that we have against our body. So the next thing to do is to basically to make that exposed seam stay there by ironing it. And I do use a cover cloth when I iron this so that it doesn't get shiny. And you can just go, and if that seam isn't showing on one side, which sometimes it doesn't, it's perfectly even, then you scoot it around so that it shows on one side and doesn't show on the other. And then you iron it. That's the step that we take next. And then we would have a completed strap. This one's not done yet, but we would have a completed strap ready for the next step.